Gate.io. I am Patrick, the community manager at gateio. Sure that everyone is happy and everyone's content with what is going on at Gate, that everything is being communicated correctly in a fast way and in a transparent way. All good at gateio. Everything seems to be going well. I hope you think the same, but feel free to let me know what's going on, because we're working super hard in the back end to make sure you have a great user experience, and every once in a while something might fall through the cracks which we aren't aware of, because we're humans and we process information as well as we can. But feel free to reach out to us however you want, be it through writing us in our DMs on our gate.io Twitter handle, or my Twitter handle at Patrick Velleman, or any kind of Telegram, or directly on the site by opening a support ticket. There are many ways to get in touch with us and to to make sure that your info reaches us in a way which suits you best. So interesting. Very, very interesting times. How about we start off with the Uni airdrop. So Uni did an airdrop for everyone who ever interacted with their protocol, everyone who ever interacted with the platform, i.e. signed in with MetaMask and swap tokens there, bought tokens. People who provided liquidity got an exponential amount of Uni tokens, which is super interesting, because it's the highest possible return on investment, even though you weren't aware that you were going to get it. And these things don't often happen, but for 400 Uni airdrop translated to USDT value, that's huge. For many people, that's a monthly salary, and for some parts in the world, that's a quadruple salary. So I saw some great tweets around on Twitter, because I'm obviously on there all day and night almost, checking that, and I saw a lot of people expressing their gratitude for the fact that this happened, and it's a unique opportunity. I also saw a lot of critique from people saying, by the time that your company, your public company, issues assets to its users, that it's going to be considered a security, and the level of jurisdiction that's very complicated. Sure, these are all details, big details for some. If you're deep into the crypto legal niche, then that's something you're going to comment on. But as a happening, was a truly unique happening. Offered loads of liquidity and did very interesting things to the market. Many people said, hold on to the Uni token, their project which for 2 years plus, building their automated market maker, and they have a very legit and very cool product which they're building on. A great team of developers. So some people saw the opportunity to swap it for something they liked themselves. Others are holding it. The price definitely, I think it went up to $15 on Binance, which would have resulted in a 6K USDT average. I'm sorry, my brother. No, I do not today, but maybe someday in the future I will definitely attempt to learn Chinese. It's on my list, but I'm super busy, so I have to fill in find time in the cracks to learn. So yeah, went up to 6K USDT value. Very short spike, like a 5-minute spike. Someone bought it at a very expensive rate, and yeah, it's definitely interesting from the perspective that how centralized exchanges work, and how popular the decentralized narrative is becoming, because loads of people now are actually using this Uni to provide liquidity to the system, liquidity provider. So yeah, that's one of the most interesting events. My screen seems to have frozen, but it's okay. Okay, I'm still here. What else is happening? BTC is still at 12K, so not much happening with BTC at the moment. BTC is what, 10,800, not happening. The only thing that happened was that MicroStrategy, announced that they allocated another 175 million to their already 250 million dollar portfolio. That's super interesting for anyone interested on long-term long-term Bitcoin thesis analyses. I would definitely recommend to listen to Anthony Pompliano's podcast with Michael Saylor on the story behind how he accumulated so much BTC, 16K BTC or 25K. I don't know what it is. It's an equivalent now of 425 million, which is super interesting. He did that without spiking the market anyway up or down, because that's not in his interest, obviously. If he pumps 50 million or 100 million into the market, that's going to spike the price and make it difficult for him to accumulate. So he explains how over a time span of weeks and months, they accumulated 0.2 BTC at a time, constant trades every 30 seconds. And he was ready to buy anywhere between 30 and 50 million worth of BTC every time the market dropped between 5 and 10%, I believe. Super interesting. Can I speak Espanol? I used to, but now I live in Greece, so I speak Greek, and the Spanish has gone to the back of my mind, but I'll try to refresh that, maybe in due time. We have a colleague who's our PR assistant manager. She speaks Spanish, so maybe I'll invite her onto the live stream so we can do a little bit of international conversation. So yeah, BTC still going sideways. Indian government still not banning crypto. That's like that forever looming crypto bill, the crypto ban bill, which is driving Indian users crazy, because they want to know what they're up for and what they're up to. Like, do I invest in crypto? Am I going to lose my money? It's a volatile market, and let alone if your government can't decide on what it's going to do. Obviously, there are good reasons for and against regulating it, and there's good reason for it to take time to be regulated, as it's been proven in Russia and in other parts of Europe, in Holland, that regulation is not a straightforward thing, and governments go back and forth on it. So lots and lots of development itself. The first one being that we will list GOF, so Golff DeFi platform, DeFi liquidity staking and mining, where you can stake GXS for GOF. We're going to provide liquidity, and they are going to list GT to make it a trading pair. Same thing for the Soda DeFi platform. You can deposit GT to earn Soda. Salmon Swap is swapping SAL for SLM. We've launched 3x leveraged ETFs for Link, TRX, Tron, Atom, Dot, and Sushi. Another thing is, because we are one of the first and one of the only exchanges to work very closely with or not closely, that's not the right word, work very fast on the migration processes of YAM protocol and the rebases which have taken place until now with YAM version 3. So that's interesting. If you find YAM an interesting project after all the experimentation that has been going on in the past, realize that we've now migrated to YAM version 3. It's got the regular YAM ticker, so if you head over to gate.io and click on YAM, the YAM trading pair, you'll see YAM v3, but it'll have YAM/USDT in the URL. That's super interesting. And another thing is we are releasing the Wing rewards for those who are staking ONT. It's a DeFi product built on the Ontology network. You can use the Onto wallet if you want. If you have Ontology at gate.io, you can feel free to stake it there too for a Wing reward. So we've distributed that, listed Uniswap. Uniswap is trading at Gate.io, obviously, because we are not going to fall behind on everything which is happening in the market. We're in the top 5 of liquidity providers as trading is concerned. So I believe Binance is on top. We're at number 5 for liquidity for Uniswap, which is pretty cool. We've added the USDT margin perpetual contract for Uniswap. If you are feeling ballsy and you are a super master trader, I know there are not many of you out there, but there are a lot of people who attempt to trade. If you know what you're doing and you want to get into margin trading, trade with leverage, go check out our trading area. We also have a testnet area. You can trade derivatives up to 100x. Margin swap is, I believe, up to 10x leverage. There's also crypto loans where you can lend your funds. So let's say you got a Uniswap, a Uni token airdrop of 10K or 2K because you provided lots of liquidity, not because you did anything particular. So you have an excess of 1K. Let's keep it simple. 1K Uni, which translates to 4K USD. You have that Uni. Some people can lend that from you at an interest rate to then trade with that on margin. So you head over to our crypto loan section. You say what the percentage is you want to lend it out for. I believe at the moment it's 168%, which is very high. That's probably like a daily average of 1 or 2%, but that's compounding over every day. These are 10-day loans, and gateio takes a percentage of 16% of the interest which is paid to you. That's very interesting. There are several products where you can do that. You can do that for Uni. You can do that for USDT as well. We've listed NBS trading, migrated to YAM version 3. I just mentioned that. So we halted YAM v2 after the first rebase for trading while we migrated to the third version. You can still use the second version. I'm from Holland originally, in Europe, but I currently live in Greece. Feel free to ask any questions. I don't mind. I have no secrets. We are also scheduling to migrate from SAL to SLM. Did that already. Currently, at the moment, there's a listing vote going on for Morpher, and Morpher is another really interesting project. Let me just grab that information while we accumulate some users. Here we go. If my internet connection will work. So Morpher is interesting because you can trade 24/7, zero fees, perfect liquidity across stocks, cryptocurrency, forex, and commodities, right? So supposedly, not supposedly, but that's what they're selling on. They're backed by Draper VC, which is a venture capital fund specialized in crypto by Tim Draper. So he must have invested in them as he invested in DMM or DMG token. Trade 24/7 stocks. If you head over to morpher.com, you can sign up now, get your trading account with your crypto for free. Let's see what their added value is. Best investment app for active trading. Amazing features. Buy stocks. Let's see what this says. Buy stocks on weekends. Okay. Short any market. That's also not super differentiating. Invest with $1. That is differentiating. Unlike any trading brokerage, we rebuilt financial markets from the ground up on the Ethereum blockchain. Okay, so it's on the Ethereum blockchain. Perfectly liquid markets, no counterparties, verifiable, transparent execution. So this is interesting because it'll have a lot of decentralized elements to it, and you can buy Amazon. Now I get buy Amazon using your MetaMask address. That's super interesting. They are currently being voted for. If you head over to gate.io and you click on more voting activities, you can see the only vote which is currently happening is for Motor. The goal is 10 million votes. It begins in 16 hours. Sorry, I thought it was going to start today. No, it's going to start in 16 hours, so that's tomorrow, depending on the time zone you're in. But that's definitely interesting. Morpher empowers its users to trade stocks, commodities, and currencies with zero fees, infinite liquidity via virtual futures on Ethereum. That sounds pretty cool. And I'm not sure if they have any competitors at the moment. Nothing comes to mind. I know Troy Trade does, and Caspian, they both do for institutional investors, but that's something to look in for the future. So this is a very interesting listing vote. If you want to support their project, when you see it listed on Gate, check it out tomorrow in 16 hours, submit your votes, and you'll see it listed. It'll be cool because it'll increase liquidity as we do an average of 100 million USDT volume a day. Verified volume, by the way, no wash trading, no spoofing, proved and proven on by several institutions. So I'm proud to announce that we have 100% real trading volume. And often if you look at that little coin market cap ticker, the little circle with 100% in it for real trading volume based on their metrics. Not sure how reliable that is. I'm not a data analyst in any sense, but if you see, look at gateio's trading volume, you'll see that it's often very accurate, and it's always at 100%. So that's it for the announcements. A lot of stuff going on, and a lot of exciting listings being announced and taking place. If anything, it's a great market to be in. I hope you got lucky and got your uni airdrop. And I don't have any specific crypto tips for this week, but what I would say is always try to keep a fresh perspective. As Andreessen Horowitz say, strong opinions weakly held, in the sense that you can have a very strong opinion about something, but don't be persuaded by people on the interweb, on crypto Twitter specifically, to take a stance which is absolute, because that will never work in your favor. Whether you are a BTC maximalist or an ETH maximalist, none of these work in your favor. What works in your favor is to have an overall strong conviction of the technology behind the coin you're interested in, or behind crypto technology, the fact of learning about what a blockchain is and what distributed ledger technology is, and then keeping an open mind towards developments, because it's cool in the face of others to say that DeFi is a scam and DeFi is bullshit and all that kind of stuff. But look 5 years on, and you see funds that such as Placeholder, who's invested heavily and have really super interesting investment theses on why they invested in Polkadot, in Balancer Labs, in all kinds of really cool DeFi projects. It's just like with any token and any stock market. Any project can crash. So don't be tempted by anyone telling you that some project or some stream or some smart protocol is bullshit, because there are people who have invested in Theranos stocks, and people who are heavily bullish on Tesla, and people who are heavily bullish on Nikola, which has which has billions invested into it with no actual working product, and that's in the regular stock market. So for people pushing the Bitcoin and crypto is a scam and it has no use case, all this kind of narrative, there's something to say for any market you're in. So it's great to use your common sense whatever you're reading, to keep a fresh perspective on that what you're reading, who's writing it, and what's so that's always a great perspective to keep for yourself. Do your own research and trust no one, but with a grain of salt, obviously. Try to soak up as much information as possible. Don't believe the Tether FUD, but believe the Tether FUD at the same time. That's a great thing that crypto is like one big world of paradoxes, and hopefully you make all the right decisions. It's the Wild Wild West, but a great Wild Wild West to be in, because it has an exponential opportunity for you to get venture capital gains for a bright future. And otherwise, you can always say to your kids in 2035 or 2045, yeah, I did crypto too. Have a great week, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.